Do GLP-1 medications stop working over time? That is the topic that I have for you guys today, and I am really excited to go ahead and delve into this. So let's go ahead and just get started. Like I mentioned in my last video, if you saw that, I did actually record this video last week when I was going through some sickness. We had a cold that we passed around my house, and at that time, you probably don't want to see my straw. At that time, I made absolutely zero sense in that video, and when I was in the editing process of it, I decided that I was just going to completely refilm it and write myself an outline about what I want to say so that nothing gets sort of missed or misconstrued or whatever. So if you see me looking down at my notebook, I want to make sure that I stay on track in this video because I think that it is actually really good and interesting conversation to have. And I'm interested, as always, in y'all's opinions. So drop them down below if you've had any experience in this, if you have a feeling on the topic one way or another, and all of that. And as always, let me know down below how you're moving your body today. So if you're new here, I've been on Mounjaro since November of 2022, and I have lost 85 pounds on Mounjaro, Zepbound, tirzepatide over the course of that almost 2 years, which is insane. And now I am on a maintenance journey. So I've been on compounded tirzepatide since March of 2024. I go through Orderly meds, which I love. They're awesome. And my compound comes from Red Rock Pharmacy. Now, topic at hand, do GLP-1s stop working or become less effective over time? So in order to help me with this in my research, I found a really good article that Healthline actually put out. That is, the two main contributors for this article were Michael Glickman, who is an MD, and he's a triple board certified family and obesity medicine doctor, and then Todd Worley, who is actually a bariatric surgeon. So very knowledgeable men contributing to this article, and most of the information and the sort of process that I'm going to be sharing with you guys throughout this video comes directly from that article because I felt like it was so well written and explained so well. So I will link that down below if you want to read that article and delve more into it. So let's start with what we know about GLP-1s, what we know to be true. GLP-1s mimic the hormone, the GLP-1 hormone in Ozempic, semaglutide, and the GIP hormone in addition in Mounjaro, Zepbound, tirzepatide. They mimic this hormone in our body that contributes to appetite, cravings, digestion, all of those things. And this is a hormone that for a long time, a lot of healthcare professionals and scientists didn't realize was the key to all of those things, and sort of was this magic piece missing to the cure, management, I guess not cure, but management of obesity as a disease. And so this discovery has sort of been made with Novo Nordisk and Eli Lilly making these GLP-1 drugs. This sort of discovery was made in the effectiveness of these drugs of balancing those hormones and allowing people to have food noise go away, which is what we call like the cravings, the constant thought about food. All of that is sort of loosely described as food noise. And so these medicines balance out that hormone level and allow us to make healthier choices, to use them as a tool to get our weight under control. Now, we also can gather just from basic knowledge of any health, thing at all, that the amount of this hormone that we are deficient in greatly varies from person to person. You may have way more of this hormone naturally in your body than I do. I may have less than you, but you might burn through yours faster. Your body might need replenished more often. There is such a variety of sort of this picture that can come together from person to person of all these other factors of just how they produce the hormone, how their body uses the hormone. And a lot of that has to do with genetics, with lifestyle choices. I mean, hormone levels, it's sort of kind of a genetics thing. Like hormone levels in your body, for the most part, you cannot control. And so unless you are replenishing them in a non-natural way, right? So everybody needs different levels of this hormone, okay? And people will reach levels of hormone balance throughout the treatment process at different times. It may take you 2 months to reach balanced hormones. It may take me 2 years. It just depends person to person. So we know that. We know that this is not a one size fits all thing that is going to be the same answer for everybody. Now, as people start taking the medicine, this is kind of something everybody knows, most of us will start to lose weight. There is that small little 10, 12, 15% of people who do not respond as quickly and some don't lose weight at all on this medicine. But for the most part, if you are hormonally deficient in the GLP-1, GIP-1 hormones, you are going to start to lose weight because the hormone is going to affect your body. I would like to argue, again, not a doctor, but I would like to argue that the people who do not respond to this medicine, that the hormone deficiency isn't their problem, right? So most of us will start to lose weight, and you will continue to lose weight until your body reaches its sort of natural set point goal weight. All bodies have what is called in the diet world as a set point that a weight that their body naturally likes to be at. There's a ton of research done on this. And sometimes your set point is not what's considered at a normal weight for you. My set point was always, for years and years, was 180 pounds. My body would not go below that. And it wasn't until these medicines came out that my body sort of shifted its set point. So you can shift your set point. I'm going off on a whole different topic here. You can shift your set point, but for most of us, there's a set point. Our body likes that, and you might have to fight to get it past that. It's more difficult to lose weight past the natural point that your body likes to be at. But again, you will continue to lose weight until your body sort of hits that set point. However, that does not mean that we are not going to go through natural weight loss plateaus. So plateaus are a common, normal thing to have in weight loss. And I think that with the GLP-1 medicines, a lot of people are expecting to not have to go through that. Plateaus are frustrating. I've been in one too many in my life that have gone on for weeks and weeks and weeks, and it's impossible to break free of them. But even in GLP-1 weight loss, you're most likely going to be hitting plateaus. And that is when, with the sort of added factor of GLP-1s, that is when you look at dosage increasing. There's a lot of data now, as more is known about GLP-1s, suggesting that that is when you increase your venison. When the 5 milligram Mounjaro, when you haven't lost any weight on it for a month or two, then okay, maybe it's time to go up to 7.5. And that is what is meant when, titrate up when your body is ready to titrate up. So natural plateaus are going to happen. That does not mean that the medicine is not working. In a sense, it just means that you naturally now need more of it. Okay. That is why there are higher doses. That is why the titration is a thing, because scientists have realized that our bodies are going to adapt. And so you will eventually need more of it. However, with that being said, plateaus are normal. You're going to go through them. And in addition to changing your dosage of Mounjaro, Ozempic, Wegovy, whatever, you can obviously switch other lifestyle things up. Sometimes just switching your workout works. A lot of times adding more protein into your diet, more fiber into your diet, switching something up. If you are counting calories and you're eating a consistent 1,400 calories a day, literally just switching it to 1,500 can kickstart your weight loss back in. Just tricking your metabolism, tricking your body into re-entering weight loss mode. And one good way to do that with GLP-1s is increasing your dosage. Now, I wanted to talk about plateaus because a lot of people will look at a plateau and start to say, okay, well, the medicine's not working anymore. It's not working, it's failing. And that's not what that is. And I think that's an important distinction to make. That is when you are ready to move on in the medication process, not when the medicine has stopped working. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's a natural thing that's gonna happen, and that's what you're supposed to do. And what is supposed to happen is that for most of us, we will have to continue titrating up until we reach the point where we are able to correct our body's hormonal levels. So when you have reached, we're going back here. Now we've reached our goal weight, our set weight, whatever. Your weight loss will slow, your weight loss will eventually stop. But again, this is an important distinction to make as well, that does not mean just because you stopped losing weight, because your body is healthy now and is balanced now, that does not mean that the medicine is no longer working. And this is when you get into people stopping medication. I've reached my weight loss goal. I don't think that it's working any longer because I'm not continuing to lose any more weight. So why would I continue paying for it, et cetera, et cetera. And what we know from basically all research, including very heavily the most recent SURMOUNT-4 study, the part that just came out a couple of weeks ago, where they followed largely a group of people after they had stopped Mounjaro and their diabetes disease progressed, and most of them gained weight back. So we know that going off of the medicine most often in most people leads to weight regain. And why is that? I'm glad you asked. Glad you asked that question, because if you stop taking the GLP-1 and your body is naturally deficient in the GLP-1 and the GIP hormones, then what do you think is going to happen when you stop taking the medicine, right? Your body is not going to be replenished with these hormones. Your levels are going to start dropping again, and you're going to start having food noise, cravings, more hunger, faster digestion, all of the things that GLP-1s help us to keep under control. So you're not losing weight anymore. The medicine is still working. The medicine is still constantly replenishing your body's hormones. This can be looked at differently than, say, a lot of people will compare the GLP-1s to blood pressure medicine. You don't just stop a blood pressure medicine. And that's true, that works, right? But what I do think is important to remember, a better comparison that I think is birth control, okay? Birth control is a hormone. Mounjaro, tirzepatide is a hormone. It replenishes GLP-1 hormones. If you stop taking your birth control, are you still controlling birth? You are not. If you stop taking a GLP-1 medicine, are you still controlling your hormone levels? You are not. So if you think of it like that, if you think of it in terms of hormone replacement therapy, which is a totally different thing, but in that sense, we are replacing hormones. If you think of it in that sense, if you stop replacing the hormones, whatever effect that hormone has on your body is not going to be effective anymore. So it's easy for us to say, I've reached my weight loss, I can stop taking this medicine, but that's just not how it works. If you are deficient in this medicine, you're gonna need it for life. And even after you stop taking the medicine, even after you stop losing weight on the medicine, it is still working in your body to naturally level out those hormone levels and allowing you to keep your weight off. So I think this is a pretty distinct thing to say, is that Mounjaro, tirzepatide, all of them are not a cure, they are a treatment, okay? And I think that's important to classify it that way. A treatment that will require long-term treatment if you don't want to just go backwards. Again, birth control. If you want to control birth, you gotta keep taking it. If you wanna control your weight, you gotta keep taking it. And hopefully at some point it will become more widely available in an affordability standpoint to most Americans. Let's just all hope and pray that happens. But if you want your body to function, you have to stay on this medicine. So to answer the question, do GLP-1s stop working? I think that we can gather from all of this information, again, that article is awesome, go and read that, is that they don't. What happens is our body goes through a treatment process and a developmental process to where we need the medicine for slightly different things, right? So in the beginning, we're losing weight. We need to get rid of all this excess weight and get healthier. And then once that's happened, we are using the medicine as a tool to keep our hormones balanced. And from all data and all personal stories that I have heard from people that have gone off medicine, the feelings come right back, because your hormones will very quickly begin to diminish. after you stop taking the Mounjaro. So just from personal experience, I did go off of Mounjaro for about a month back in 2023, back in the summer. And I only lasted a month because I thought I've lost the weight I want to lose. I can go, my doctor actually suggested maybe trying metformin as a way to maintain weight loss, which metformin is a wonderful drug all in of itself that we could do like 15 videos on all of the benefits of metformin. But very quickly within a couple of weeks, I started to notice that my hunger was more, my cravings were more, and you know, you start to feel bad because you think, I just went through this whole process. Like, why wasn't my brain fixed and corrected? And why am I not able, again, you start to blame yourself. Why am I not able to incorporate these new lifestyle changes that I've made? Well, that's simple. It's because you're not in control of it. Your hormones are dictating what's being done in your body in that way. And I very quickly learned that lesson, and I was very blessed to be able to just sort of hop right back on the train. Another thing that drove me going off of it in the beginning, if you remember, was the $25 was another thing that drove me going off of it in the very beginning was the coupon, the $25 coupon expiring. And so I was able to find a way to contribute it into my budget at that time, which I'm very thankful and blessed for. But yeah, just from that month that I took off, the changes in my hunger levels, my craving levels, my food noise was insane how quickly it all came back. So I do have that little personal note as well. Yeah, it doesn't stop working. It just does something different for you as you go throughout the treatment process. So that's kind of what I have been able to find on this and what my sort of thought process is. I would love to hear what you think or any personal experiences that you have with that. Again, I'm going to be sharing a subscriber's story very soon, hopefully this week. I got sick last week again. Hopefully that's coming this week. And I think that'll only further add to this sort of thought process of, it's not, trust me, it's still working. Even if you've lost your weight, it's still doing something for your body. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know if you learned something. Let me know how you're moving your body. Let me know all of the things. Let's talk in our little community comment section. And yeah, I will see you guys later this week. And I hope you have a great Tuesday. Bye guys.